it's probably been enough now. Enough time has most likely passed. We are going to bring Kyogre back to the ranked ladder, and Miraidon as well, and I'm going to try to use it. I'm going to try to use Barraskewda with a Choice Band. Honestly, this thing has so much potential here with its base 136 speed stat, and with the Choice Band, it should be able to do some big damage. So we got Choice Banded, Adamant, Barraskewda here with Liquidation, Throat Chop, Close Combat, and Flip Turn. The idea here is basically we're going to get Barraskewda onto the field. We're going to try to do some big damage with it in the rain, and if not, well, we have Kyogre and Miraidon to fall back to. We have an Assault Vested Kyogre here with Tera Grass, Origin Pulse, Water Spout, Ice Beam, and Thunder. So basically Kyogre is looking to do as much damage as possible here in the rain. And then with Miraidon here, we have Tera Electric and a Life Orb. And the idea is we have Electro Drift and Volt Switch, so we can pivot out. With Miraidon, we have Electro Drift to just absolutely nail something. And we have Draco Meteor to just, you know, do the exact same thing as Volt Drift, but in Dragon colors. So we do have that. We have Farigiraf here with Helping Hand support as well as Gravity support. Because one thing I was thinking is Origin Pulse can do a lot of damage when it hits, but it's not the most accurate. So Gravity could potentially fix that here. We have Gravity here to lower the evasion of everything. So we could try to make Origin Pulse a little bit more accurate. And we also have Helping Hand to just do a little bit of extra damage with our partner's attacks. We have Whimsicott here as opposed to Tornadus, so that we have Encore, which is the only reason why I'm running Whimsicott instead of Torn, because having the ability to reset rain would be really nice, but I like the idea of trying to Encore stuff into moves they don't want to have to repeat over and over again. And plus we still have our Tailwind. And then finally we have Single Strike Urshifu. Now, single instead of rapid is only because we have the Barraskewda on the team. If Barraskewda was not here, neither would be this Single Strike Urshifu. If Urshifu Rapid was on the team instead of Barraskewda, then I would have Incin right here in this slot instead. But this is what we got, and the idea here is Urshifu-Single Strike can do a lot of damage with Tera Dark, Wicked Blow, and Sucker Punch. So, there's that. Anyways, that's the team in a nutshell. Let's jump right on in to some battles. Okay, we've got Miraidon and Shadow Rider versus my Kyogre. We also have Fluttermane, Whimsicott, Incin, and Grimmsnarl. Okay. I think we bring the fish. I think the fish is going to be fun. Let's see here. I think we go Kyo and Whims. I think we bring Barraskewda in the back, and I think we bring Miraidon. I think we try to get Tailwind up with. I think we try to get our Tailwind up with our Whimsicott, and I think we go from there. Yeah, I think we go for there. I don't see any Wide Guard, so Water Spout should do some damage. Yeah, Whimsicott, Miraidon. All right, so I think what I do is I think I switch Kyogre out right away, because I think we might see Sunny Day off of the Whimsicott. Yeah, I think we do that. I think we, unfortunately, sacrifice Barraskewda. And I think we Tailwind. I think we Tailwind with our Whimsicott. Now, what I can do if they decide to Tailwind or Sunny Day is I can Encore them. And Barraskewda is not in a good position here. Barraskewda is probably getting straight up knocked out. But on the off chance that it doesn't, with also Tera fighting, interesting. Alright. That might not be so bad. Moonblast is still super effective. Oh, so that's a Helping Hand. Okay. Okay. I think I'm safe to just Encore the Winds. And I think I'm just safe to Water Spout. Okay, okay, yeah, I like that. My Kyogre is going to do a lot of damage with the water spout here. And Miraidon is Tera fighting, so I don't mind that one bit. So yeah, we'll just Encore into their Whimsicott, and we will go for the... Yeah, we'll just go for the big damage with the water spout here. They're going to protect, which, sure, if you want to do that. I'm going to Encore you. Yeah. So no Sunny Day, no Tailwind, just Helping Hand. That's great. Now, Kyogre's also going to hit that Whimsicott, and Whimsicott's not going to appreciate that one bit. So, more than half their HP, and they don't get to switch, so that's a nice little caveat too. We'll go for the Moonblast into the Miraidon just to get the damage as well. If they switch, then whatever switches is going to eat a Moonblast and a full-powered Water Spout, so nothing wrong with that coming off of my Kyogre. So, Whimsicott's going to Helping Hand. Not that it's going to matter, because Miraidon's going to eat a Moonblast and then a Water Spout. So, that's most of its HP gone. And there's the rest of its HP gone. Look at that little magic trick. 2 Pokemon disappeared. Yeah. Okay. So, I have Miraidon in the back, which is great. And my opponent's Tera is gone too, so we just try to get as much big damage as possible. They still have 2 more Pokemon, so it's not over yet. So I will have to be a little bit weary of what is coming in. But it's Calyrex and maybe Incineroar? No, it's Fluttermane. Okay. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. Now, my Miraidon does not have Dazzling Gleam. It's Volt Switch and Electro Drift with Draco Meteor, so I'm going to have to be a little bit careful here. I'm also just realizing, too, that I only have 5 PP on my Water Spout. I forgot to PP up Water Spout here, so we'll have to fix that momentarily. Fluttermane takes a special attack drop. Calyrex and Fluttermane are... Well, Fluttermane is gone. Calyrex took most of its HP. And Miraidon should have one more turn to Tailwind. So Miraidon's in a really nice position here. Now, what I probably should have did was I probably should have went Tera with Whimsicott. But Calyrex is only at +1 special attack. And Miraidon can come in. Oh, my Tailwind is actually gone now. Okay. I'm Assault Vested Kyogre. I might be okay. I miscounted my Tailwind turns. I thought I had one more turn to be able to outspeed this thing, so I think we just Ice Beam and we just Electro Drift. And somehow my Miraidon is faster. That I'm genuinely surprised about, because Calyrex has a base 150 speed stat. I have a 130. Now, I am timid max speed, don't get me wrong, but I was not expecting to outspeed that thing, so maybe I guess they were going for a little bit more bulk on their Calyrex, but we got rid of them, no problem. Shame Barraskewda had to come in and basically get itself knocked out for Kyogre to swim freely, but hey, it worked out in the end. Maybe Barraskewda will get something else later on. Anyways, good game to my opponent. Okay, we've got Miraidon and Lunala alongside Urshifu, Ursaluna, Incineroar, and Grimmsnarl. So, okay, at least 2 dark types. Not a problem. Not a problem. Barraskewda, Kyogre looks like a good lead. Farigiraf might be nice here too, to be able to turn on that Swift Swim. And getting to do some massive damage to Miraidon could be nice. Yeah, getting to do some good close combat damage could be nice. Honestly, hitting the Incineroar would be handy as well. If I'm worried about priority, like, I can always shut it off with Farigiraf. I have Miraidon in the back. I'm leaving my Tailwind mode at home, because honestly, this looks more like a Trick Room team than a Tailwind team. Like, Miraidon will probably try to Volt Switch while Lunala goes for Trick Room. Throat Chop actually looks really nice into that Lunala. Not gonna lie. The question is will they see a Throat Chop coming? Miraidon and Urshifu coming out. Alright, so no Intimidate. I do like that. I do like that a lot. What I could do is I could just flip turn off of the Urshifu, Tera Grass, Ice Beam. Yeah, I could potentially do that. I am Bandit, which is nice. And I don't dislike the idea of getting that Ice Beam off into the Miraidon. They're going to Terrestrialize first, so what is it that they're going to become? It is Miraidon, and they are going to become Tera Electric, which means something is in for a bad time. Yeah, something is in for a very bad time here. Honestly, it might be my Kyogre, though. And if it is my Kyogre, that's not the end of the world. Because I am Tera Grass and Assault Vested, so I might be able to live. And honestly, I kind of wish I had went for the flip turn off the Miraidon now. That's a respectable chunk to the Urshifu. I'll bring in my own Miraidon. And actually, no. I think... Yeah, I do think I'd bring in my own Miraidon. I don't mind the Tera Electric Miraidon. I don't mind the Urshifu. Where is that? They went for the Barraskewda slot. That's great. I'm going to be 4 times resistant. So, yeah. I'm going to take that okay. I'm going to get an Ice Beam off into Miraidon. Oh, that was a lot of damage. That said, I get at least some chip damage. Righty. Alright, so we saw that they did a fair amount to my Kyogre, which is not great, but I'm going to try to target their Miraidon, and I'm going to target their Urshifu. Like, I'm going to split it up. I'm going to have Kyogre target I missed the Draco Meteor. Okay, that's not good. They get me with the Draco Meteor, which means Urshifu is going to get Kyogre. If I landed Draco Meteor, that should have been a KO. Unfortunately. Which means Kyogre is going to go down here. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. But it's okay. We got Bandit Liquidation. Bandit Liquidation can do a lot. I just gotta believe in my Barraskewda. Yeah, we got Rain and we got Choice Band. Honestly, Barraskewda should be able to get Miraidon off of the field. And Farigiraf. Yeah, Farigiraf might. I just realized too, this is a different Farigiraf than what I normally use. Yeah, okay. Well, we Liquidation into you. They're at -2 defense, and Urshifu does have a decent attack, so foul play might be okay. At least foul play is super effective into Lunala too, so. Okay, we get rid of Miraidon. I probably should have just went back into Barraskewda earlier, somehow. Oh, close combat's into Farigiraf. It's a critical hit, so awesome. I don't get to do that. Okay. Well, that's no fun. If I had my Tera, I could have gone Tera Ghost to dodge that. Here comes Ursaluna. That's yeah, it's a bit scary. We're just gonna get the Urshifu off the field at the bare minimum. Yeah, they just went Protect, which, you know what, that's fine. I don't mind that one bit. We'll get rid of Urshifu. Look at Barraskewda go. Barraskewda can at least take out the Ursaluna now, too. Yeah. It won't be able to take out Lunala, but, I mean, we can at least take out the Ursaluna. Alrighty. Well, there's an Electric Seed. That's not good. If Farigiraf had lived that close combat, I mean, that would have been a much better situation for it. We can at least take out 3 other Pokemon. Unfortunately, Lunala is going to get Barraskewda. But, hey, at least we took out 3 out of 4 other Pokemon. So there is that in the bare minimum. Barraskewda had an okay time. Barraskewda picked up all the KOs of this game, let's be honest. Unfortunately, I do lose, though. So, yeah. Good game to buy. Okay, we have an opposing Kyogre team with Calyrex, Shadow Rider, Kingdra, Incineroar, Rillaboom, and Amoonguss. So, 2 different grass types, a dragon, and a rabbit on a horse. Okay. So, Single Strike Urshifu looks fantastic here. Yeah, Single Strike Urshifu looks fantastic alongside Miraidon. Now, Amoonguss puts a little bit of a damper on the field with Rage Powder, but honestly, getting Miraidon set up with Tailwind support might be okay too. You know what? I think Whimsicott, Urshifu, Miraidon, and I think Kyogre. I think Kyogre might be okay. Yeah, I think that might be alright. Because Kyogre's AV, so like, it should be able to take some damage from the opposing Kyogre and Calyrex. Even the Kingdra might be alright for taking hits from it. The weird thing about Kingdra, though, is it's like 95 in every single stat, so... with the exception of speed. So it could actually be physical or special, depending on how you run your Kingdra. Most times it's special, but you could hypothetically run physical Kingdra if you had wanted to. So yeah, Kingdra's a bit of a mixed bag in that way, because you don't know what it's pulling out for its moves, whether it's going to be a special attack or a physical attack. If it's focus energy too, that can always be nasty. Like, Kingdra is a really strong Pokemon, and you shouldn't underestimate it. Alright, so we have Rillaboom and Kyogre right here into my Whimsicott and Urshifu. And the nice thing here is I do have a Focus Sash on my Urshifu. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm just going to Detect. And I am Covert Cloak on my Whimsicott, so I could just dodge an attack. But what I would love to be able to do potentially is if I can keep Whimsicott on the field this turn and lock that Rillaboom into a Fake Out. That would be wonderful. Locking Rillaboom into Fake Out and then going maybe Tera Dark Sucker Punch into Kyogre, that could be handy too. Like, Urshifu threatens Calyrex big time with Wicked Blow and Sucker Punch pressure. Like, Calyrex might have to be the one to Terrestrialize, so if I can keep Urshifu around and in a good position, like, we might be alright. So, okay, they went Grassy Glide, which would actually be really bad for my Urshifu. And they went Ice Beam. But I think what I can do is I can go Tera Dark. I think I can go Tera Dark, Wicked Blow, and Tailwind here. They didn't go for the Fake Out. They didn't fall for it. So I'm just going to try to get my stab up and go for as much damage as I can into Kyogre. And unless they switch Incineroar in for Kyogre, Urshifu's going to do a lot of damage to it. Like, if they switch Incin into the Rillaboom slot, the attack drop doesn't matter because Wicked Blow is a guaranteed critical hit. And I have the speed going, so like I'm going to be able to outspeed that Kyogre. Any Water Spout damage they want to do, it's not going to be great by the time Urshifu's done with it, especially with that Stab Double Dark. And we don't see any switches here, so this should be great for my Urshifu. Now, arguably though, if they do Grassy Glide and Origin Pulse and hit Urshifu, like Urshifu's probably going down with the broken Focus Sash. So at least that will let me get in an opportunity to bring in Miraidon. So let's see right here. We're going to get that Wicked Blow off into the Kyogre. Not quite enough to knock it out. And they decide they're just going to Ice Beam my Whimsicott instead. So I'm probably taking a Wood Hammer. And if I am, this is going to sting, but it won't be the end of the world. Now, the nice thing here, too, is if I bring in Miraidon, I can shut off the Grassy Terrain, which means no more Grassy Glide. Miraidon can threaten Kyogre, and Urshifu can actually threaten Rillaboom. Or whatever wants to switch in next to Rillaboom, or whatnot. So, like, I think what I do is I Volt Switch with Miraidon, and I think I just hard Wicked Blow into Rillaboom, and just try to get my own Kyogre onto the field. Like, if I get Rillaboom off the field, that's great. So, I think Urshifu should be able to do some good damage to this Rillaboom with the Dark typing Tera and the guaranteed crit off of Wicked Blow. Now, if Incineroar does switch in, I mean, not the end of the world. I can always get Kyogre in and just eventually try to deal with that Rillaboom. And I do have my Tailwind up too, so that's great too, even if the Calyrex wants to come in. So, like, what I want to do is I want to get rid of Rillaboom, and then I can start clicking Water Spout with Kyogre while I still have Tailwind. When I don't have Tailwind, then it might be a serious guess if I think I can land an Origin Pulse. So, we get rid of Kyogre right there, so that's one Pokemon just gone. And now we'll get the Kyogre onto the field, and the Urshifu hopefully is able to pick up the Rillaboom at this range. Yeah. So they did give themselves a little bit of recoil with Wood Hammer too, so that's another good thing working in my favor. Unfortunately, that's not enough to knock it out, but I can Water Spout with Kyogre, and I still have Miraidon, so we'll find out what the next Pokemon is to come in. Their Kyogre is gone. I have my Miraidon. Their Rillaboom's pretty low too, so like, if they have Incin, I mean, that's great. Like, Incin can potentially be a problem, but I think if I attack into the Rillaboom slot and Water Pulse, like, I think it's okay. Like, I don't think the Rillaboom has Protect. I think it's Assault Vested. So, oh, there's Kingdra. That's a bit concerning, but all right. I'm going to Electro Drift into the Kingdra slot. And I'm going to Origin Pulse. I have Tailwind up too, so I mean, Miraidon should be alright. Yeah. With Tailwind up, Miraidon should be able to outspeed that Kingdra and do some big damage, especially while Electric Terrain is still giving it its Hadron Engine. And if I can land the Origin Pulse, great. The only reason why I went for that instead of Water Spout is because I'm worried about Kingdra somehow surviving Miraidon and going for Kyogre instead. So, Terastallization is now coming out, so this could be a little bit concerning with it being Kingdra. But it's Tera Ghost. Electro Drift was neutral to begin with. I'm okay with this. So Miraidon's gonna nail it and just straight up knock it out. So now I just need to land the Origin Pulse into the Rillaboom. So that's great. Can Kyogre remove Rillaboom? And yes, it can. Alright, good. So, we do still have rain on the field for a little bit, but it's not going to be a lot. I got to double check the rain turns. And if Calyrex comes in here, I think Kyogre Miraidon should be alright for a turn. Yeah, I think that should be okay. With Electric Terrain and rain on the field, I think I Thunder into the Calyrex slot. So let's see right here. This is my last turn of Tailwind. This is also the last turn of rain as well. So I'm going to Electro Drift into the Calyrex, and I'm going to Thunder. If they protect, I mean, I might still be alright. If they don't protect, I mean, I'm fine. So yeah, they're going to stall it out. Miraidon does still have electric terrain on the field. So Electro Drift should be alright. I just need to live an Astral Barrage or a Draining Kiss. Now the problem is what Kyogre wants to do. Because now I don't have Rain, I don't have Tailwind, and now Thunder is going to be a little bit less accurate. Actually, it's going to be a lot less accurate. But I am Assault Vested, so I'm going to see what an Ice Beam gets me. Real Moment of Truth. Kyogre took that extraordinarily well. Okay. And there is our game of Where is the Focus Sash popped up. So it's down to 1 HP. Kyogre's Ice Beam is going to be fine. So that works out fantastically. We were able to get Calyrex off the field. And plus, Kyogre burning its Tera, that was great to see too, because Miraidon just outsped in just one shot, so maybe it was Scope Lens. It was probably Scope Lens. Or Life Orb. Could have been Life Orb or Specs. But Miraidon was able to just destroy it with Electro Drift, and Kyogre was able to land that Origin Pulse, which honestly, that was a little bit riskier than I needed it to be if I had realized that there was no Sash there. Also, my apologies, I kicked a thing under my desk by mistake. Anyways, if I had realized Kingdra wasn't Focus Sashed, I could have just gone for the Water Spout, but yeah. Anyways, I rambled on long enough. Good game to my opponent. Okay, we've got Miraidon and Ice Rider alongside Landorus, Incineroar, Urshifu, and Farigiraf. Okay. I think Barraskewda and Kyogre. I think we bring in the Miraidon, and I think Urshifu looks pretty good. Urshifu Wicked Blow looks pretty good. I don't really want to bring in Whimsicott because I'm a little bit weary of Whimsicott potentially just setting Tailwind only for Trick Room to go up. If they go Incin and Calyrex, it's not going to be ideal because they can always try to fake out and get Kyogre. They could potentially miss Barraskewda by having Barraskewda go Tera Ghost, which wouldn't be the worst case scenario. Barraskewda, Tera Ghost, Liquidation into Incin could be really nice. Oh. Alright, it's Miraidon and Incin instead. Okay. So I'm Choice Bandit and I'm Assault Vested. I can go Tera Ghost and Liquidation the Incin. Or I can bring in Farigiraf and get massive damage off into that Incineroar. I did not bring Farigiraf. I brought my own Miraidon. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Tera Ghost it is. Let's go Liquidation. And let's bring in Miraidon. I don't want to deal with their Miraidon, which they might just Volt Switch off of mine. Or my Barraskewda. Incineroar's just going to Hard Switch. Okay. That's Calyrex right there. Alright. If I lose Barraskewda and they Volt Switch, I could potentially see another Fake Out come back, which would not be ideal. We'll get the Torpedo ready to go though. Liquidation does a little under half. There's the Incineroar, most likely coming back. But Incineroar can only fake out one Pokemon. They can either fake out Kyogre or they could fake out my Miraidon. If they don't bring in Incineroar, then Kyogre feels really good. Yeah, they just bring in Incineroar. Water Spout feels really nice to be able to get big damage off into their Incin. And Electro Drift feels really nice too. So I think I Water Spout, and I think I just try to get the Electro Drift off. If they Tera, and it's a electric resistant typing, that's not the best thing, but Kyogre's actually going to be the one to take the fake out. Miraidon with the Life Orb and Electric Terrain might be alright. Yeah, Miraidon's alright. So we get rid of Calyrex. That's a big piece off of their board. We know they have Miraidon. We know they have Incin. My Urshifu might be needed for their Miraidon. So I kind of want to get Incin off the field. Yeah, I kind of want to get Incineroar off the field. So I think what I might do instead is I might let my Kyogre... I might let my Kyogre eat... Well, Kyogre's going to have to eat something. I'm going to click Origin Pulse. They might Tera Fairy. And if they do Tera Fairy, Miraidon might be alright to Electro Drift into them. This feels so wrong, but I'm going to Electro Drift into their Miraidon. Alright, we do get Tera. Now the question will be is who is faster between their Miraidon and mine. And it is Tera Fairy. Okay, so Urshifu's going to have a little bit of trouble, but I mean, if I can get a lot of damage off into them, that's ideal. I am actually outspeeding them, so... Not quite enough, but that's Sucker Punch range. Okay. Oh, Dazzling Gleam. That's much better than what I would have liked, or what I was expecting. Because now if I connect the Origin Pulse, and we are, Incin lives, but Miraidon goes down. I now have Urshifu in the back. Depending on what their last Pokemon is, Urshifu's going to have a very good time. We're going to also eat a knockoff, so we're going to lose our Assault Vest. But I have my Urshifu coming in here. I have a Focus Sash. And Wicked Blow looks really nice. Thunder looks really nice. It's Landorus. Okay. I'm going to Ice Beam into the Landorus. And honestly, I'm going to Wicked Blow into it too. Yeah, I'm going to Wicked Blow. Sandsear Storm. Kyogre survives. Urshifu also survives. So I mean, Urshifu was guaranteed to survive thanks to the Focus Sash. Ice Beam is going to finish off Landorus. All right, let's go. If this is Urshifu that goes down, I mean, I should be all right. Flare Wits. 3 HP in the rain. Okay, thank you, Urshifu. Urshifu just cleans up with a close combat. And yeah, okay. That had the potential to be scary if Kyogre got knocked out and Landorus lived, but hey. It worked. Poor Barraskewda, though. Barraskewda had a miserable time. Yeah. Barraskewda definitely had a miserable time, but at least Kyogre didn't. Miraidon might have went down to Tera, Fairy, Dazzling Gleam, but I mean, Miraidon also brought their Miraidon down into KO range for Origin Pulse, so it was definitely a fair trade. And plus, we got rid of their Calyrex with an Electro Drift, so that was definitely good at the end of the day. Good game to my opponent. Thank you guys so much for checking out this Kyogre and Miraidon team featuring Barraskewda. Now, unfortunately, Barraskewda struggles. Like, with the exception of that one game that I included where we did lose, Barraskewda did not get to do really next to anything in this video, unfortunately, which is disappointing because I think this thing does have a lot of potential, but we did get to take out a Tera Electric Miraidon, a -3, maybe -2 defense Urshifu, and an Ursaluna, all in the same game with Barraskewda. So there is that silver lining. Now, unfortunately, I did miss a Draco Meteor in that game. If I hadn't have missed Draco Meteor, or if my Farigiraf had somehow managed to survive that close combat, which the critical hit off the Urshifu definitely didn't help. If they didn't get the critical hit, I might have had a chance of keeping Farigiraf, and then maybe things might have been a little bit different, because then I could have foul played into the non-terastallizable Lunala and go from there. But other than that, the team did relatively well here. We did rack up 3 different wins here with Kyogre and Miraidon. We were able to get some big damage off, and Urshifu got to click Tera Dark Wicked Blow into a Kyogre, so that was fun. Yeah, that was definitely fun here, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to mask my feelings of disappointment about Barraskewda, because I was really hoping for it to be better, but sometimes that's how it goes. Sometimes you win games, sometimes you lose games, sometimes you bring one of your favorite Pokemon to the ladder expecting it to do well, and it does, and then other times it disappoints you. But yeah, anyways, let me know what you think of the team down in the comments below, and I will see you there. Catch you next time.